64-63.
Yes, the rivalry had gotten even better, thanks to Woody and Bo.
In 1974, it was business as usual. Michigan and Ohio State were on a collision course for year 6 of the 10-year war. Despite the fact that Archie Griffin was on his way to a Heisman Trophy, the Buckeyes did stumble once in the conference. It came against Michigan State in a controversial finish, but the loss was the only blemish on the Buckeyes' record. Other than that, Ohio State had been bombing people. 3 of their wins were by more than 40 points, and the rest of their victories were by at least 2 touchdowns.
In Ann Arbor, Michigan, still smarting from the previous year's Rose Bowl voting snub, was hungry for postseason play. The Wolverines, with a smooth and experienced offense, roared through the season. Michigan had recorded 4 shutouts as they entered the game, but there was some concern in the Wolverines' camp. Both Wisconsin and Illinois had nearly upset the Maize and Blue. Sometimes the Wolverines played just well enough to win, and that wouldn't do against Ohio State. But they survived the scares and entered the game against the Buckeyes unbeaten. As always, the anticipation for this one was boiling to a fever pitch, but the game plans on both sides remained simple.
The team that makes the fewest mistakes, blocks the best, tackles the best, basic fundamentals of the game, because both teams are going to play with tremendous emotion. That team's going to win the game. And since both teams have been so close physically, that the games have been 2, 3, 4, maybe a touchdown, and that's it.
See, this game is played by momentum, and it changes in the doggone thing.
Michigan grabbed the momentum early in this one as Franklin hooked up with flanker Gil Chapman for a 42-yard touchdown and a 7-0 Wolverine lead. The Michigan defense kept Ohio State at bay, here forcing a corny green fumble and stalling a Buckeye drive. Gordon Bell then took over for Michigan. He carried 7 times in the next drive and chewed up good yardage before the Ohio State defense stiffened. Mike Lantry then came on to boot a 37-yard field goal, and with just 10 minutes gone, Michigan led 10-0. But that's all the Wolverines would get for the rest of the day as the Buckeye defense tightened down the screws, and a kid named Tom Klaben took over.
That was the field goal game. What's that kid's name?
Klaben.
I, on purpose, forgot his name. Kicked 4 wild field goals. I don't think he kicked that many before or since, had he?
Early in the second quarter, Klaben hit from 47 yards and got the Bucks to within 7 at 10-3. With a little less than 6 minutes left in the half, he hit from 25 yards. Now it was a 10-6 game. And with just 6 seconds left in the half, Klaben made it 3 for 3, this time from 43 yards out, and just like that, it was a 10-9 game at the half. Klaben then made it a 12-10 Ohio State lead early in the third quarter from 45 yards out.
3 of them were over 40 yards. Oh, it was an enormous job that he did that day. Just wonderful.
But Michigan wouldn't go down without a fight. Just 57 seconds remained when Denny Franklin hit Jim Smith for 27 yards into Buckeye territory. With just 16 seconds left, Mike Lantry could win it for Michigan from 33 yards away. The kick was wide left by a fraction, and Ohio State was a narrow 12-10 winner.
We had a short field goal attempt, not more than a 30-yarder, I don't think, with a chance to win it. And I want you to know that ball was close.
Well, the rest of our offense wasn't very good that year. Bo had a great defensive team, but we did move the ball enough to get into kicking range 4 times. And, of course, you'd usually miss one of those, but Tom didn't.